Well, good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? We are so glad to see you
Hi, good
here on the
morning.
This Way Network. And let me introduce my host, Rodney, who is going to introduce our guest.
Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a blessed Monday. We are off to a great week. I have coffee in hand. That's a good thing. And today with us, we have a wonderful guest. Her name is Miss Moria Fisher, and she is with the Blue Star Mothers Home here in Southern California, local chapter here, and she's doing a great thing. And she is our president, and what an honor to have her on with us. And today we have Miss Fisher. How are you, ma'am?
Oh, I'm fine this beautiful Monday morning. Thank you for having me on.
Good morning. Well, we are excited because today this is all about making a difference in the lives of our active military and the families. And so many people may not know exactly the important things that what Blue Star families do and mothers. And I really want you to explain for our viewers out there, what is a Blue Star mother?
A Blue Star mother has a child who is either on active duty or who has been discharged, so who is a veteran. That's a Blue Star mother. And then many people know about Gold Star mother on active duty, and that's a Gold Star mother.
Okay. Now,
I'm
real
sorry,
quick
you cut
question.
out just
How
you cut out just a little bit, and I missed the part about the Gold Star Mother. What was it you said a Gold Star Mother is?
A Gold Star mother's child has died while on active duty. It can be in combat, accident, many ways that you pass away, but while on active duty. Blue Star mother's child is alive and either on active duty or a veteran. And my son's a veteran. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for his service. Thank you. We're very excited. I hope my cousin is watching. His name is Clay Rippey. He's out of High Point, North Carolina. Did 25 years in the Navy and honorably served. So that's for you, cuz. There you go. And for all my wonderful people, there is Mr. Edwards. Also, he is in real estate out here. He was on the show last week and fantastic guy. And he served. I got so many friends and people that are in my circle, and it's just amazing what these men and women do, the selfless sacrifice that they put down to go all around the world for the sake of peace. And and peace is not easy. It's not I mean, these people put their lives on the line. So God bless all of the active men and women who are serving around the world, our veterans. So, we here on the chat session and here on the This Way Network, we are really pro military. We love our military men and women. We appreciate them. We want everybody to know that out front. And so, Miss Fisher, just tell us, you know, how many actual chapters are there, and are Blue Star Mothers international?
There are approximately 300-ish, give or take, chapters across the country. Blue Star Mothers is an American organization, started in 1942, right after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. So moms in Michigan got together and said, we have to do something. And it started in February 1942. So 82 years this year for Blue Star Mothers.
Wow.
So tell me, what is the focus, I guess, for being together? I mean, is it just that you can empathize with each other, or is there actually some service that has been undertaken? Or I'm trying to understand exactly what Blue Star Mothers are
Yes.
together for. There's got to be a reason.
Yes, there is. Our mission statement is to support our active duty troops, veterans, and Gold Star families and each other. So whatever that looks like over the years. So the organizations that we donate money to that help active duty troops, sending care packages, going to homecomings, things like that. Veterans, all activities to participate in for veterans, and Gold Star families attending the angel flights. When the deceased are brought home, we're there presenting a banner, all the things that we do for Gold Star mothers. So it just whatever that looks like for your to support that mission statement. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So tell me about going to the homecomings. What does that look like? How do you even? Well, I'm sure
Yes.
Sorry, I get teary-eyed just thinking about the angel flights, but
Yeah.
Angel flight. Yes. When we hear about an angel flight, then in Southern California, we've got a lot of Gold Star families, and we hear about it. Ontario Airport for us, and the Patriot Guard riders lead the way, and you're there and you hold flags and you form an honor line as the casket's brought out, and you follow them all the way to the mortuary. Follow that to the cemetery wherever they're being buried. So, we attend them when we know about them. We don't always know about them, but when we do our best.
I know the families really, really appreciate that. So, but what are you doing during the homecomings? Because I'm sure there's not that kind of solemnity on that occasion. So.
Yes. There really aren't the big homecomings anymore that there were for the 20 years of the war. But yes, again, the airport, hundreds of us, not just us, but family, friends, citizens with signs, big banners, welcome home. And then, they start coming down the stairs or the escalator and jump up and down and scream and yell. And whenever we find out there are Vietnam veterans on board, we tell them to go back down to the end and come through the line. And we say, welcome home to them, because they did not get that when they came home the first time. So we make sure every Vietnam veteran.
Ms. Fisher, how can we, as Americans, be able to do more for our active military? Even, back in the day, it meant something. When our men and women came home, there were parades and things like that. And I just think that we are not doing nowhere near enough for our active military, whether they're in war and coming home. But when they do have a big deployment and when they come back, there should be something city by city where we really, take a moment, stop, honor these people, because they have put so much on the line. I think about that every time I think about a veteran. Me personally, there shouldn't be one homeless veteran anywhere on any street in America. They should be first in line for a home. They should be the first in line for mental health and physical health care. I mean, they should be front of line. They should just literally, and matter of fact, I'm in the process of starting the Rippey Foundation, and I'm going to be working with at-risk youth, senior citizens, and veterans. And I'm going to crank up through my organization, my nonprofit, some very specific things to help veterans, because there are huge organizations doing a lot, but I've have some friends who are veterans, and they started telling me about certain little niche services. That's where I'm going to work. And I think I have a really great idea. I talked to some people, and I'm very close to the president for the American Legion of all Southern California. His name is Mr. Amata, and he's a great guy. I don't know. And that's where we met, Ms. Fisher. We met at a local American Legion. Yeah. And for some people know what goes on in the American Legion, but, there are halls and a lot of people, can you share how Blue Star Mothers kind of work with the American Legion, how that kind of works together?
We attend their events, like that Coffee with a Veteran that we attended. We donate to them so they can purchase some of the, gifts that you see, or, things like that. We helped that particular American Legion. We donated to their building refurbishment because it was falling apart. So practical things like that. And then fun things like attending their Christmas events for their veterans, and and clapping for them, and at the parties and all that good stuff.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we do want to acknowledge a lot of our wonderful viewers out here that are here. We have some great diehards like Carrie and EU, and we have so many different people out there. And Elvira, we have people all the way from Poland watching. And so, these Blue Star Mothers, we have, troops deployed all around the world. How do you all communicate so that, the Blue Star Mothers in Corona, and you were saying that you're the president over the chapter that influences and touches Corona, the Inland Empire, Riverside, San Bernardino County. And a lot of people don't know, I think, if I'm correct, Riverside or the Inland Empire is the largest county in California. Is that correct? I think
San Bernardino is, I think it's the largest county in the country. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. So that's a huge footprint. And so we have our, March Air Force Base out here and certain other bases. So I'm sure that the coordination between the families and, of course, our active military bases here in California are key. And how can people support Blue Star Mothers? What can we do as individuals, on the outside? How can we help the Blue Star Mothers more?
Well, specifically for Blue Star Mothers, the national organization has their website, bluestarmothers.org. You can go on there if you wanted to donate money, or same thing for we have a website, bluestarmothershome.org. But even more than that, to help us is to go out and be in the community and do things like go to ceremonies, like Memorial Day ceremonies, Veterans Day ceremonies. Memorial Day's coming up. Go to a local ceremony somewhere, because over time, if the children and middle-aged people, I'm much older than knowing, those ceremonies are going to get smaller and smaller. Right now, they're pretty full, but in another 10 years, those people pass away. So go to ceremonies, 9/11 ceremony, Veterans Day, plant flags.
And take your children.
Take your children, teach the children, go to 4th of July parade, go to the American Legions. They have bingo night and, fun night and this and that anybody can go to, VFW. So you can go to those organizations to have a fun family night out. That, some of the things that they have aren't just for their members, they're for the whole community. So you can look right in your own community and see, okay, what's going on? What's going on right here? And so that really helps too. Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Absolutely. I love that.
And so, Nina, you have such a big group of people. You know many veterans as well.
Yes, we're actually, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, and Huntsville has a military base here, Redstone Arsenal. So yes, we have lots of military families and lots of people around us who, I don't even know if we have a chapter of Blue Star Mothers here. I'll be honest, I had not heard of this before, but I think it's a wonderful thing because I can see why it is so necessary. So much moving in the military, it is really difficult to make friends. Sometimes when you're moving, I was just talking to a lady last night, her husband in military. She said, we moved 13 times her dad had been in the military. She said, we moved 13 times in 18 years, 13 times while she was growing up. And each time, she said, sometimes I was in 2 different schools in the same year because we had moved more than once in a year. So you can imagine how hard it is to make friends, how hard it is to be in a new school. And as we were talking about this, she said just the gaps in education. She'd get to one school and they're already studying something. They've gone past the fundamentals of a certain subject and they're getting into the meat of it and practicing it, and she never had the fundamentals at the schools she had been at previously. Or coming in and finding out that you're reading from the same reader in this school that you had, 2 years ago in the other school. So, and how challenging that would be. So, it's not just the moms, it's the whole family. And the mom, of course, is the heart of the family. So they really understand all of the difficulties in those moves and the difficulties in not having a support group where you're going because you don't know anyone there. So please tell us a little bit about that and how the Blue Star Mothers organization in general can help with that.
Okay, you cut out a little bit as far as how we can help families who move around a lot.
Yes.
That kind of thing. I mean, definitely coordinator or family readiness group, and that person can coordinate with the families, and that's their main person that generates. What am I trying to say? That's the main support person on the base who helps people who are moving in and out and meet with people and that kind of thing. But absolutely, if anybody wants to find a Blue Star Mothers chapter, that can also help. You just go to bluestarmothers.org and click on located chapter. So like Alabama or anywhere, and see what's new. And then yes, as what we have done too as Blue Star Mothers is when we've gone down to a base where the whole group is deploying, all the guys are deploying, we go down with cookies and all kinds of stuff and, kind of help with a little party for the families, to give them that support, in that way. Okay, yeah, dad's leaving, again, so we would do those kinds of things, try to go to the base, help with Christmas parties, things like that to help the families that way.
Miss Fisher, quick question. I'm working on a big project here, and it's called the Coat of Arms. It's a military fashion show. It's going to be happening November 9th here in Brea, California. And we're looking for models. We're looking for active and veteran military models. And hopefully we'll be able to reach out to you because we need some incredible, honorable men and women to come and hit this runway. And a colleague of mine, his name's James Andrew Luna. He's tailored to the stars. And he's actually designing a fine line of men's and women's suits. And, when our active military, they come home, of course, you're there to receive them. Blue Star Mothers receives them, hopefully. And the goal is they have to go out and get a job. So our goal is to help them get a great looking suit at an affordable price. But even if some of our men and women come home and they've been wounded in battle and they might have a prosthetic, these suits are tailored so that you can see an individual and you don't know they have a prosthetic on it. So hopefully we're going to have James Andrew on, Tailored to the Stars, have him on the show. Big thing. How can sponsors help? I know you guys are baking cookies and doing so much. Can sponsors get behind Blue Star Mothers and help as well?
You're cutting out a lot. Something about sponsors. I mean, if you're talking about donating to us.
Yes. The donate
as a chapter. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, anyone can do that. We have like Stars for Heroes, the Carl's Jr., that is the military donation arm of it. You buy a star when you go to Carl's Jr. and get a hamburger, and all that money is accumulated and given to different
very good.
Private individuals. We write for city grants. So with I couldn't hear everything that you're doing with this fashion show, but we can talk later and I can help you, find out how you can get sponsors and how people can donate and how we can work with you. We have plenty of younger mothers in our chapter who can model for you.
That's wonderful. That'll be wonderful.
So,
but you said your Blue Star chapter is Blue Star Home. And can you tell what does home?
Blue Star Mothers Home.
What does home stand for?
The chapter, you're allowed to give it a name if you want. You don't have to. They all get a number. Like we're California 30. We named it Hearts of Mothers Embraced Home. because we wanted our symbol to be a house. Well, okay,
Mhm,
well, we
mhm.
changed it now. Now I'm all turned around on it. But anyway, so it stands for Hearts of Mothers Embraced. That's what it stands
Okay.
for. So that's our name. Some
I
people
love
are just
that.
Dallas area, Blue Star Moms,
Yeah.
which is fine. You don't even have to have a name, but that's our name.
So, Moyer, what can we as individuals do for the families around us of active duty members? What is their greatest need?
Gosh, what is their greatest need?
Mhm.
It really depends on the individual family. Is someone deployed overseas? Is someone here? If they're deployed overseas, they just, you're a friend, just, check in on them once in a while. Oh, for heaven's sake. Check in once in a while. How you doing? Have you heard from so-and-so?
Mhm,
That kind of thing. So,
mhm.
okay. The aliens are calling me. I can't believe it.
I have that ring on my
Yeah,
phone too. I love it. I
yeah,
love it.
just depends on the individual family. Just definitely hi. How are you doing? How is whoever's in the service, mom, dad, son, daughter,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
just ask questions. That's the
Yeah,
best thing, just to let them know
about
that
what
you're
they need.
interested.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I was talking to a friend who told me one of the best things, who is her husband is deployed overseas, and she told me one of the best gifts she had ever gotten was when somebody sent her a gift card for
Mm.
pizza. 'Cause
Oh, hey.
she said, yeah, she said those days when everything has just gone wrong, and you're the only parent there, and it just means so much to be able to use that gift card and not have to cook. Just order pizza, you know.
See, that's a great idea. Depends on
Yeah.
the family. If you've got a young mom with little kids and the husband's gone, they have those things called meal trains. You can set up, like, people can bring meals several times a week. They do that when someone's
Yes.
ill, but you could do it if someone's overwhelmed too. So yeah, it's a
Yes.
great
Yes. That's a
idea.
great idea. Yeah, I love that. So, and other ways I think of supporting the military members who are out there, it
Mhm.
just means so much to them, I think, to know that their family is being taken care of, and that people are stepping up and doing what they can't do because they aren't there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you know
Yeah.
any
Definitely.
yeah, if you know any Blue Star moms out there who
Mhm.
might need somebody to look at the repair list, you know,
Mhm.
that they've got things that need fixing around the house, or, just things that maybe they can't get to or can't do, that would be huge, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
our active military, when they are away, I think what Blue Star Mothers do, you also give our active military peace of mind knowing that there is a support system back home, and you guys keeping
Mhm,
the communication going, and sending these care packages. My cousin was
mhm,
telling me when he was in the Navy, it was such a huge thing because they're out on a transporter, they're out in the middle of the ocean, and they might be out there for a month, and they seemed really disconnected from the world. But whenever there was a mail drop, and if there was a letter, or if there was some kind of package, that came in on these drops, it meant so much because it let the military know
mhm,
that their families were very cognizant of where they were, what they're going through,
mhm,
that they are
mhm,
appreciated. And I think that um, wonderful organizations like Blue Star Mothers, and so many others that are all working together, it means a lot. It means a lot to the families. It means a lot to our military.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Care huge, and we've been doing those, well, for the 13 years that we've been in existence here, our chapter. And you get cards and letters. You ask for them from the school kids, and that teaches
Hmm.
them about
Wow.
Veterans Day and about troops. So our
Yes.
boxes have always been full of cards and letters from local school children. So
Hmm.
Oh, I
yeah,
love that. I love that.
there's a lot. There's we can all do. And if everybody just does one thing,
Mhm.
then you've got to go concern there.
Ms. Fisher, is it something that we can rally behind for local, from our state level and legislature, and from the, of course, from the federal side? What type of things would you say Blue Star mothers, Blue Star families need from our higher ups, from government? What could they do better to help you and help the family?
The main thing is just helping the VA system, help do a good job with veterans, especially psychological help. There are a lot of independent nonprofit organizations that do an amazing job, a lot that we donate to, but overall, the VA is still kind of, doing what they can, but they need to get these guys faster psychological help. So, whatever.
Very true.
What can we push for to see some changes made in the VA that would serve our veterans better?
Specifically, I really know we are like non-political and non-religious, so we don't get involved in legislation and things like that. But just overall, from what we see, one of the greatest lacking is quick and very effective psychological help. Not, someone's really suffering. Oh, we'll get you an appointment in 3 months, and then here's a pill. No, they need much better psychological help. So that's what we see from the outside. But as far as legislation, I'm not able to help with that.
So do veterans, I've heard varying views on this, and all from military members. Sometimes when people meet someone who's a veteran, they'll say, "Oh, thank you for your service." And some veterans think, "Oh, that makes me so uncomfortable." And others say, "Gee, I really like being appreciated for that." Do you have any insight for us about how we can show our appreciation when we meet a veteran? Or, is there a better way to say it, or a better way to do it, to let them know how much we appreciate what they have done?
It's fine and wonderful to say, "Hey, thank you for your service." Most appreciate. Some are uncomfortable, especially the younger ones, like my son's generation, because they're still thinking, don't thank me, thank my 3 friends that died over there. Don't thank me. So they're kind of still in that mode, but it's still absolutely just keep saying thank you for your service. And even the ones who are uncomfortable with it now, they won't be one day. So
that's good
absolutely
to hear.
Better to say it than not. 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
And I told them, I said, someone's going to say it. You just say thank you very much, and if you want to offer it, to your friends, you just pass that thank you right along to them. But so he's like, okay.
I heard from I was talking to a veteran about this and asking him, why it made some people uncomfortable. And he said, because they are thinking about the friends that didn't come back. And some of them have it's almost a sense of guilt about that. Why did I survive when they didn't? But he also said, but then you never know what to say back. So, and he said, I know thank you seems sufficient, but he said it stopped being an issue for him when he started telling people who said that to him, "You're welcome. You were worth it." And I love that because, yes, it helps make the connection between they are serving in our place. They are literally serving in our place.
That's right. Well,
you're welcome. It's always good, but your benefit is even better.
That's right. So everybody, we want you to make sure that you support the Blue Star Mothers. Again, you can actually reach out to Ms. Fisher and her wonderful organization at bluestarmothershome.org. That's bluestarmothershome.org. Please make sure that you get out there, support, make sure that you give from the heart, because these wonderful families are supporting our active military that are here and abroad. Thank you so much, Miss Fisher. We want to make sure that you have a home here on the This Way Network and on the chat session. We want to make sure that you always know you're welcome back. Any great announcements, please let me know. We'll let Nina know. We'll make sure that we get out there and promote it. And I know there's going to be a lot more information that we can dig into. And we just wanted to say, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the hard work that you're doing, you and your whole organization. So thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks very much. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And close us out, Nina.
All right, y'all. Thank you for being here with us on the This Way Network this morning. We hope you have a great week, and y'all be of good courage. God is with us, and we are not alone. Bye, everybody.
Take care.